Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Pharma Azel. This is Devi Sarojini. In this video, I will discuss about 21 CFR Part 11. What is the 21 CFR Part 11? What is the purpose of 21 CFR Part 11? What is the history of 21 CFR Part 11? What are the key requirements of FDA 21 CFR Part 11? What is the scope and applicability of the regulation? What are the required procedures and controls for 21 CFR Part 11? In this video, I will discuss one by one. If you are watching my channel for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Pharmaceutical and healthcare industries are highly scrutinized and maintained by regulatory bodies because of their nature of work and the inclusion of public safety in the process. As the world becomes more digital, the healthcare industry is adopting electronic counterparts for certain procedures and document management. This includes the adoption of electronic documentation, the development of machinery, electronic systems to manage regulated processes, and more. These systems provide technology to streamline and automate processes, reducing risks and improving efficiency. What is the history of 21 CFR Part 11? After a few cases were filed against key players in the healthcare industry for manipulating the results of their drugs and other electronic records, 21 CFR Part 11 came into the picture. This raised serious concerns about the system's authenticity. The loophole was clearly visible. The main reason the FDA created 21 CFR Part 11 in 1997 was to provide clear guidelines on how electronic records and signatures in computer systems should be used, maintained, and distributed. However, because machines are involved in the process, safety and quality adherence must be on point. Not to mention the fraud that can occur as a result of electronic record leakage. Keeping these in mind, the FDA issued a regulation called 21 CFR Part 11 in 1997. 21 CFR Part 11 is an FDA approved regulation that was introduced in 1997 to educate medical and healthcare companies about the importance of electronic signatures and records in ensuring accuracy and avoiding fraud. The 21 CFR Part 11 regulation is a detailed document that outlines all of the rules and scope of the regulation to ensure complete compliance. The regulation applies to mainly for life sciences companies that utilize electronic systems for record keeping and signature process subject to FDA regulations within the United States. This includes pharmaceutical manufacturers, contract research organizations, biotechnology companies, and medical device manufacturers, among others. The main scope of 21 CFR Part 11 is like this. It includes all types of electronic documentation created for trials, processes, records, and other components of the pharmaceutical, healthcare, and biotechnology industries, internal and external record keeping. These regulations apply to all industries that are controlled and governed by the FDA in the US. Companies are given a framework for how this rule, also known as an annexure, must be applied across an organization's record keeping function. Any inapplicability can result in a product recall, fines, or lawsuits against the company for its happened due to any mishap. FDA 21 CFR Part 11 specify the requirements for electronic records and signatures to be considered trustworthy, reliable, and equivalent to paper records and signatures on paper. Companies must follow specific procedures and controls to maintain the record's authenticity, integrity, and if needed, confidentially. Some of the required procedures and controls for compliant electronic records include the following. 21 CFR 1100 general requirements include requirements for electronic signatures to be unique and have their user identifier verified. 21 CFR 11200 electronic signature components and controls specify using at least two distinct identification components such as identification code and password, controls for sequence signing, and more. Whereas 21 CFR 11300 controls for identification codes and passwords ensure the uniqueness of combined identification codes and passwords, loss management procedures, and transaction safeguards, among other requirements. 21 CFR 1110 controls for closed systems ensure system validation, record retrieval, system access controls, audit trials, operational checks, user training, and more. 21 CFR 1130 controls for open systems include the exact requirements as closed systems with added security measures such as document encryption and appropriate digital signature standards. 21 CFR 1150 signature manufacturing such as the printed name of the signer, date, time and meaning of signature should be included in the electronic records. 21 CFR 1170 electronic signatures should be linked to their respective records to prevent falsification. This is all about the controls and procedures in 21 CFR Part 11. Some of the procedures and controls are like this: 21 CFR FDA Code of Federal Regulations, Part 11 Electronic Records, Electronic Signatures, 21 CFR 58 for GLP, 21 CFR 210 for GMP drugs, 21 CFR 211 GMP drugs, finished pharmaceuticals, 21 CFR 312 for new drug application, 21 CFR 314 FDA approval of new drug, 21 CFR 666 GMP biologics, 21 CFR 820 GMP devices, 21 CFR food, nutrients and cosmetics. This is all about 21 CFR FDA Part 11. I hope you understand. In next video, I will discuss about what is EU NX 11, what are the differences between EU GMP NX 11 and FDA 21 CFR Part 11, what are the similarities between both of these. Next video, I will discuss all these things. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.